Okay, guys.
Perfect.
Sorry, my mom called. Welcome to Everyone I Know, the podcast where we have too much gear.
Way too fucking much gear.
Woohoo. Yeah, what a beat, though.
We're here in the Troy Castle in the Sky, the recording studio of the stars. I'm here with my producer, Brendan.
Hey.
Yell.
Hello.
And my brother, Chris.
What's going on, folks? Thanks for listening. If you're listening, this episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by Audible.com. If you want a free audiobook and a trial membership to Audible.com, you can go to audibletrial.com/EIK. I am listening to The Expanse. Ashes of Babylon. 5th book, 6th book? I don't know. It's a really, really good series. Check it out. Amazon original now.
Wow.
It's very good.
Jeff Bezos, you're my hero.
No,
No, you're not.
Yep.
No, you're not. I hate you. I hate you, Dad.
But if you don't want to support...
I love my real dad. I hate Jeff Bezos.
If you don't want to support Bezos and you want to support the cast, Andy, where can you go? How can you help us out
Patreon.com/EIK. No, Patreon.com/Everyone I Know. We've got little statues. We've got little candles. We got little hugs and kisses for you if you give us $1. Support us. Don't support Amazon. Thank you. We have the illustrious pleasure of having two, not one, but two guests this week. We have Ariel and Sean, a.k.a. Fancy Man and Super Vintage Party. Do you go by that name like a DJ?
A little bit, I would say. I think a lot of people... So I get a lot of people know Super Vintage Party, but they don't know what I look like. So then sometimes I think when they see me out and they realize, like, oh, it's the same... I get it now. It's the same person. Because I don't think many people know that follow Super Vintage Party necessarily knows what I look like.
It's because you're always behind the camera.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah, you get different versions of that. Like on Facebook, you're just Ariel.
Yes.
And so a lot of people think you go by Ari.
Yeah.
And then they meet you and like, oh, hey, Ari. Like,
Yeah, and then the connection gets made, and they're just like, it's the same person.
For the folks at home, what is Super Vintage Party and who is Fancy Man?
So Super Vintage Party is... Oh, so I just wanted to pick a nonsensical kind of monkier to go by, and I guess like that seemed to make the most sense to me at the time, and I think it still does. I kind of keep it because it makes no sense, but I'm a photographer in the area. I do a lot of photos of mostly local DIY stuff, but I do other photos as well. I do more commercial photos by day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Fancy Man, that's my artist name for now, I guess. It took me a while to come up with an artist name. In fact, like when I was DJing at my college radio station, I never came up with a DJ name. I was just Sean.
And let me say, we came up with some good ones for him, and he rejected all of them.
Yeah, they went for a lot of different names, none of which I was satisfied with. But anyway, like I've been playing a lot of shows lately and just kept going by my name, and I was like, really, that's probably not so exciting. And I couldn't think of anything that was like, oh, cool or like super serious name. And I just thought like Fancy Man. And it's fucking hilarious.
Everybody loves a Fancy Man.
Where can we find your stuff, guys?
You can find me at facebook.com, just like, I guess, search Super Vintage Party. And then same with Instagram, search Super Vintage Party. I'm there as well.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of stuff online right now, so I'm not going to promote my artist stuff yet. It's coming soon. I've been recording some stuff. And as far as shows, we got a show on August 30th at Superior Merchandise.
Hell yeah.
And that's really what I'm trying to promote at the moment.
Dance around a coffee shop.
Cool. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Cody's going to dance on tables.
Yeah, we got DJ Crazy Feelings. We got a couple other artists coming.
Ithaca Beat Scene Hub folk.
It's going to be sick. I've seen them all perform before, and man, there's some great electronic artists in the area, and I'm really trying to promote that more. Like,
absolutely.
That's what we need right now. We got enough like punk bands. No offense to punk bands, they're great too.
We want to keep
we got
things
enough
diverse.
of them. We need some more things.
As an electronic person, I'm always used to being spit on and shit on when it comes to people who listen to music with guitars in it.
Yeah.
But it's good too. It's all good. I love music, but electronic music's good too. It's not all EDM.
Yeah, exactly.
And some EDM is good.
Yes.
You know? I love everyone. I made a song. It's bassy. You want the bass? Oh, I've got EQ now.
Ariel and Sean. Ariel and Sean. Ariel and Sean.
Fancy. Man. Super vintage party.
Ariel and Sean. Ariel and Sean. Ariel and Sean.
Oh!
Ariel and Sean.
Wow.
I'm honored. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I used the Google voice to make that. That's Google herself speaking to you.
I'm going to have them play that at my funeral.
You're lowered into the ground.
Are you guys planning on dying together?
No,
Like a
but
Thelma and Louise type situation?
I mean, we could, but Sean has
We'll see.
made it very clear to me on that note. He has a very specific way he wants his remains handled that he's made very clear to me as his partner. And it's that he wants to be eaten by a lion.
Okay.
It's true. Yeah. Or it doesn't have to be a lion.
Well,
Like just eaten by something.
It's going to be devoured.
Yeah. Well, so like
It's a vor.
It's not like some weird fetish or something.
Look that up, old man. Vor.
But I eat meat. I've always eaten
and you
meat,
feel like you
and,
should pay your debt back.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
you.
Like it's only fair. Like it's so messed up how like you like hide yourself in a box after you've been taken from the earth the whole time, or you burn yourself away, and like I don't know.
I mean, I definitely agree. Don't turn me into fucking plastic.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
now-
eat me.
now
I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah, it sounds great. Like let's keep it going. You know, keep that circle of life flowing.
I was going to say his second choice is, he told me, if it's not, and this is part of where the discussion came from, is he told me if that's not legal yet, recomposition is now becoming legal, where you basically get turned into compost,
Oh,
which
okay.
is more useful than being turned into plastic.
Yeah, make the
So
grass grow.
His second choice, he told me, if they won't allow me to be fed to something, then just turn me into soil.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if we'll be buried together, who's to say, but he told me that's his dying wish.
This is a legally binding podcast, so now that is how your
It's out
remains
in the
have to be
world.
handled.
I'm glad that we have it recorded. So
I hope your mom hears it, because she's going to have a strong reaction to it.
All right. So every week, if you're new to the podcast, our father listens to the previous week's episode. He then sends us an email about a recap, but a recap of the episode. And what's it called? So every week, I can't read out loud, but Brendan can. So he's going to read the Old Man Minute.
Privet, EIK comrades. It's good to know that Comrade Commissar Christopher takes his job as Minister of Media Manipulation seriously. Niet to free speech. Niet.
Ah, yes, because he was censored last week for saying some dumb shit.
Oops.
You're lucky we didn't read that. You would have been canceled.
Yeah.
Tema Odin.
What?
Follow up. I
don't know what he's doing this week.
Follow up albums that sucked. I hope this isn't universally true. I have very high expectations that Sven's band The Worst next album Dance Party 2 will be a hit. Tema Duva. Battle of the Bands and Other Conflicts. Andrea, a.k.a. Goldie Dust. You have two names. I only have one. It's Johnny. Nice music. Oh, hi, Mark.
He saw a T-shirt the other day. He told me about it.
Okay, I got you.
Here's a few matchups I'd like to see. Guy Fieri versus Gordon Ramsay. Not only would Ramsay mop the floor with that Pillsbury Doughboy, but he'd take over Triple D. Your food is shit. Now let's take a look at your walk-in cooler. Rachel Ray versus Paula Deen. The queen of Southern cuisine would knock the snot out of the Campbell soup recipe princess.
Capital District hero Rachel Ray.
Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard versus Uma Thurman as the Black Mamba. Can you say 125,000 body bags? Tema try.
No war in Iran. What?
Bands playing the hits. Wow, you guys do homework before going to a concert? As you well know, I hate concerts, plays, and movies at the cinema. My preparation? Simple. The military refers to it as escape and evade. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I have a 60% success rate. I believe that I'm able to bring on physical symptoms to get me off the hook. A couple of years ago, Vader bought tickets to see Mamma Mia at the Stanley. We were at Uncle Rick's house, and I suddenly spiked a fever and broke out in a rash. Classic sarcoidosis?
Sarcoidosis, yeah, that's what he has.
Vader
autoimmune disease. Get yourself checked.
Vader had to take Aubrey to the play. I got to go home and drink a 12-pack of medicinal Coors Light. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, God, more words. Lyubit and Das Vidanya. Old man. P.S. Thank you, Brendan, for that little slice of hell. I researched G.G. Allen and his two misfit wives, Tracy and Liz. Wow, Rob Zombie could have cast them in The Devil's Rejects. You guys could do an entire podcast on these mutants. P.S.S. Jeffrey Epstein hanged himself, in quotes, in prison. How convenient for the wealthy pederast assholes that are above the law. And I just want to note that last week the homework was G.G. Allen. This week it definitely is Vor. Yeah, I really want to hear your thoughts on Vor next week. V-O-R-E. Google it.
At work.
Google it in a private window.
Google it at work. There's one of your clients.
There's some wholesome Vor, okay? Sonic.
Yeah, the Sonic Vor is pretty wholesome.
Yeah, dude, he's swallowing knuckles and then he has a big baby inside of him.
Oh, goodness.
On that note, we're moving on now to topic. Number. One.
Is that gonna stop?
No. No, go ahead.
Okay, I am topic 1 today. My topic is fish.
Fish?
No, just fish.
Fish?
Just fish.
You gonna go to see fish?
Nope, just fish. Like swimming fish.
You swim,
like trout,
you
bass.
swim with Trey and Mike Gordon and Fishman, John Fishman and
Fish. Y'all like fish? Like the animal, not the music.
Fish are animals, you fool. Humans are animals. Get over yourself.
Which fish?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on if you're referencing them as an animal for enjoyment or just as consumption.
Some are chill, some are like they're little assholes.
All right, well
ones?
let's which fish do you find to be assholes?
I've never met a trout, but I feel like he'd be a dick.
Yeah.
Trout, he'd be like,
Yeah. I think most of them be
to
like,
listen to Tool's new song, I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
this trout kind of sounds like Brendan.
Trout is the goose of the sea.
The goose of the sea? What?
Nemo, you like him, you hate him?
Nemo's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. He's not
Nemo's
bad.
dad.
Nemo's dad, he's trying his best to find his son.
Listen, he's a single dad. He's out here doing his darndest. He might not be the best, at
Caretaker.
caretaker.
The courts
but
might think.
but listen, every isn't every parent out there just trying to do their best? Sometimes they make some decisions that like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
I had that discussion with my father recently.
About the time you got lost in an aquarium, or
No, about the time that he and I have no memory of this, but apparently in order to pull out one of my baby teeth, how some people tie like the tooth to a string and shut a door. Apparently my dad did this with a frisbee.
Ah, okay.
that's very cool.
My dad
pretty
has some
fucking
really
rad,
smart
yeah.
ideas, and he told me about this once in a conversation. I'm like, how come I have no memory of this? He's like, it's probably for the best. You have no memory. I'm like, and that leaves me with even more questions than answers.
Well, it's a good thing you weren't a shark fish.
Yep. They got gills.
Because then you'd have to lose that tooth over and over again, like sharks do the fish to the shark.
It's true.
It freaks me out that shark are fish. They seem
Yeah.
too complex to be fish.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. That's
Well, they're just big.
terrifying.
There's big old fish.
Yeah, but a whale's not a fish.
Yeah, it's
Dolphin's not a fish.
It's got a lung and it gives live birth males.
Jellyfish is not a fish.
But that's I don't fucking know.
That's so
Squid.
confusing.
They're like a gelatinous membrane.
They're
Or-
synophiles.
Are we investigating the fact that the human language,
Mollusks. They're
the
mollusks.
English language doesn't make sense sometimes?
Yeah, starfish, not a
Not
fish.
But it's in the water. It's a fish.
It's wet.
Do you guys
It's
like
a
to eat fish?
Tuna fish?
Or any fish.
Not out of a can. That's like my big thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like me some tuna fish.
Oh man, yeah, I can't do it out of a can. It just skeeves me out. But I'll have some fresh tuna. Like,
Fresh tuna is real good.
Sushi. You guys.
I'm
you
a
guys
big I'm a big
Absolutely.
fan of
Yeah.
sushi.
And
Yeah.
if I don't know it's coming from a can, it'll probably be all right. the concept.
So 2 things we've learned about Sean today. When he's dead, feed him to a lion.
Yep.
If you have to
Nothing-
feed him tuna, don't let him
Nothing out
see
of
the can.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm gonna try this later with you.
What type of fish you think be cool to chill with?
Chillest fish.
The
Ooh.
chillest fish.
You know, I want to say, and this is going to sound weird, but I want to say,
Not any weirder than this conversation in general, but
I want to say either like eels or
Yeah.
pufferfish. So here's the thing: me and
okay.
Sean watch a live
Okay.
stream show called Fish Center, and
Oh, Fish
Okay.
Center Live. Yeah.
yes, okay,
well,
you're
it's the Adult
familiar.
Swim thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're big proponents.
And like as you know, if you watch Fish Center, you're familiar with Hamburger, who is an eel, I believe, and he's just always just in the back, just chilling. He's
He's chilling like a
he's,
villain.
He's not trying to gain points on the board, but
Okay.
because he's like so chill as fuck, everyone always gives him the fan favorite points. They're like 10 points for Hamburger, so he's always on the top of the board, even though he doesn't play Coin Quest. And yeah, so I think it would be. I guess that's where my first thought was I'd chill with Hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I just want to back Ariel up on that. I think that's where my vote goes as well.
It's good to see good, strong unity
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
between a couple. Good
I-
team building.
We've discussed this before. We're big fans of Hamburger. So.
Yeah, I mean, my personal favorite. Not that anyone know. There's probably minimal people out there that know what we're talking about with Fish Center, but I'm a personally big fan of Thlump.
I see. I haven't watched that much.
Yeah.
We used to watch it back when you were living on Lake Street still, Chris. For big fans of Chris's moving history, it was a while ago.
Moving is always a party.
Worst.
Which fish would you ask to help you move? Now, this is not
Pufferfish.
necessarily the strongest fish,
Pufferfish.
but it's not necessarily the chillest fish.
Goldfish.
The most useful fish.
Oh,
The tuna.
The tuna.
The one to help you move?
I don't know.
You got to
You
move
can
out of
eat
your
'em
apartment.
afterwards.
You feel comfortable owing this fish
Oh.
a favor.
The deep from the new show, the boys on Amazon.
Is it like a Leviathan
No,
we're
he's
talking
just,
about?
he's just a dude with gills.
Dude with gills.
Yeah,
That's
like
kinda-
Aquaman.
That's cheating.
Aquaman?
He's got gills.
He's a good choice.
I mean,
As far as fish go.
my first thought was, and it's not a fish, was a lobster.
I'll give it to you. It's wet. It's a fish.
Oh, I mean, it's a crustacean, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe like a clownfish seems like they would be a solid friend.
Careful though when you're carrying the couch with the clownfish. One of its little stingers hits you. There you go.
Oh,
You're
that's
sick.
true.
Puff
Clownfish?
up.
They got stingers?
Yeah, they got. I think they're the ones they've got like the little things that come out around their
I
neck.
thought the
Or is that
clownfish are the ones that live inside the stinger boys.
That might be true.
I think
Brendan's
I think
saying
Might
that's
have to
true.
fact
Chris
check.
is
I think-
true.
You
yeah.
might have to fact
HQ. Wait, hold on. We're calling it HQ. Yes. Clownfish are
Okay.
the ones inside the stinger boys.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Alright,
said
cool.
that directly.
And you have to be careful with the stinger boys because I could go. I have a 5-minute jaunt about this, but my cousin and his now wife, they got poisoned, secondhand poisoned from a fish tank,
Oh wow.
from a saltwater fish tank.
Just like putting your hand in it, or
No, so they had, and I'll try to I'll be quick with this, but anyway, they're into saltwater fish. It's become a hobby of theirs. They wanted to buy a
Good,
tank
clean
on
fun.
on Craigslist. They saw a tank that they liked, so they messaged the guy. They got there, and the guy was like, "Listen, I had this really toxic coral in my tank.
Okay.
So there's a very specific way you have to clean the tank. Do you know how to do And I think went over it with them, like how to clean the tank and everything. They're like, yes, we know how to clean the tank. So he's like, all right, so they brought it home, went to go clean the tank, and this is where they made the mistake. I guess you're supposed to clean it with cold water instead of hot water.
because that aerosolizes the toxins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they were also cleaning it like in their bathroom inside. I would think if anything, bring it
Unventilated.
outside to clean it. So long story short, it ended up being like a horror movie where
Some cursed ass fucking tank here.
No, first their dog got sick and they noticed
Jesus.
their dog was vomiting and they were like, we need to find someone, like the dog needs to get to the vet. And then slowly, like my cousin and his wife started getting really sick.
Jesus Christ, like a
And-
zombie movie.
No, it really was. And then even like their friends who didn't like breathe in as much of the toxins, they got slightly sick. But my cousin and his wife were in like the hospital
Jesus.
for long story short, everyone's okay. The dog was fine. They just got like some poison
Did
from
they have like a house investigation, like at like Dr. House kind of investigate, like how they go in? We're going to check out what's in this house.
I mean, I think they kind of knew that they got sick from the tank, that they did something wrong with cleaning it, which is, it wasn't like a big investigation like House, but it's still a very bizarre story. It's just
It
like,
was lupus.
and why would you put this bizarre like coral in your tank that's so toxic?
Yeah, hey, Craigslist guy, no more toxic coral. How about?
I gotta say, not to take anything away from your cousins. If some dude was like, "Yo, if you don't clean this in a very particular way, you could die," I might not buy the tank.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know.
It was a cheap tank. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a good deal.
I think the guy gave them a lot of fair warning, and maybe my cousin wasn't listening. And that's on him. Maybe he, who's to say? But yeah, long story short is like maybe just don't put a very toxic coral like the stingy boys that the clownfish live in. Maybe don't put them in your tank because you could get real sick and end up with a hospital bill. No one wants that. No. Unless you're Jeff Bezos and you can afford
fuck
it.
you, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, fuck Bezos. All right, so are we chilling with the clownfish?
I would chill with a clownfish.
I say we chill with the clownfish.
I mean, I'm not quite
Down
as
with
toxic as the coral he's used to, so maybe like he'll probably like take some frustration out on me.
Okay.
Like he's not used to that kind of relationship where I'm not being mean to him.
Okay.
With toxins.
What kind of fish you gonna take home to your mother?
Dolphin,
Ain't a fish.
lobster.
If you
My
haven't,
mom's like salmon. She'd eat it.
if you haven't watched the show The Boys on Amazon, there's an arc with Fishy Boy the Deep and some dolphins. It's fucking hilarious. It's some of the funniest shit I've watched in a long time. Highly recommend the show. I think I recommended it last week too.
Yeah, you've been talking about it.
It's a
Okay.
real good show.
All right. Fish. Which fish would you like on your side in a fish fight who's not a shark or a barracuda?
Who you fighting in this fight?
You are fighting Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
He has used his Amazon money to give himself gills. He can breathe beneath the water. You are still a normal human man, but
okay.
you have to consign. You've chosen a fish to be your champion. If you beat him, you get his wealth, and then you get to end world
Do we
poverty
only-
and
so
hunger. And
can we pick like a bunch of one fish?
I'll allow it.
okay.
Yeah, you get up to 100 of one fish. If it's not big, if it's big, smaller than my hand, 100.
Okay, no. Smaller than your hand, I'm getting 1,000.
You,
I want a
you
bunch
drive
of-
a hard bargain.
I want a bunch of goldfish. And I'm gonna train them to swim around me, and then Bezos will be like, "Nope, I'm not gonna fuck with this guy," and he's gonna walk away,
And then
or
he'll
swim away.
seed his fortune, and then
And
the
just
world
fucking skip away.
can live in harmony.
I was thinking like do it a Looney Tune style and like get a swordfish and you use it as your
Oh,
sword.
yeah.
There it is.
I had a good one. So I was thinking like the angler fish that has the little shiny thing
Yep.
because I feel like Jeff Bezos would be attracted by something shiny that looks
Oh.
like money. You know the
Oh,
thing.
that's
that,
a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking more he'd be spooked and run away.
No, I think he would just see the shiny thing, and I think those fish are pretty toxic as well.
Yeah.
But I would also
like
go with the. I think I'd have to go back with like the puffer fish too.
Puffer fish.
I think those are
You
good.
get
choice.
5 or 6 of those boys on your side, no one's gonna mess with you.
That's true.
What about those tiny little fish that like they swim up your dick?
Oh, yeah.
Which one are those?
You only need one of those.
Are those
You
How
only
many
need one
dicks
of
does Jeff
those.
Bezos have?
none?
Got him.
He's like a Ken doll.
Is there a fish that is similar to an accountant that would make him pay taxes? Starfish, obviously.
Yeah.
You just throw a bunch of starfish at
the,
him.
the ocean dollar thingies, or what the fuck they're called.
Silver dollars.
Silver dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those aren't fish.
No, well.
They're probably crustacean. But yeah. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
I want a bunch of crabs with knives.
Oh, yeah. Crab with knife.
Yeah.
Have you seen Crow with knife?
I have not seen crow.
Oh, he lives in Australia. The crab with knife, I don't know where that lives, but there's a lot of People leave steak knives around, it seems, and then just animals just get them,
I
and then they
saw
just
that.
it's just an animal with a steak knife, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's good
I
fun.
think I sent that video to one of my friends because they always say they're cancer, and they always say mess with Crabbo, get the stabbo. And I think I saw that video, and it was literally Crabbo doing the stabbo.
Dude, he's a little shifty. He's going back and forth.
Oh yeah, crab is probably the best animal for taunting because they just go back and forth. And
Oh, we get
Yeah.
Zoidberg.
Zoidberg, yeah, he's a crustacean.
It's
Another
tr-
crustacean.
yeah. And Zoidberg, I feel like, knows how to taunt.
That's true. He also knows how to run away, which is
Well,
great.
He does.
Well, do you ever see the episode? He gets all horned up and he makes the plume come out of his head and
Yes.
beats the shit out of everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
the
we,
Zoidberg I want.
so we get horny Zoidberg versus Jeff Bezos and
Yep.
his droid army.
I would pay per view that fight, Zoidberg versus Jeff Bezos.
It's actually just the voice actor of Zoidberg.
That would also be entertaining.
Because everybody knows that voice actors are known for their physical prowess and their aggressive combat skills.
You never know. You could be surprised. You could be like a cage fighter.
It's true. They also could be very, very pent up rage because they're a voice actor.
True.
Okay. Favorite fish, round the horn, Chris.
to eat, to chill with.
Doesn't
to what?
matter. Just all overall top stats. Give me your reasons.
Salmon sucks. Salmon sucks. Tuna's good.
You just because it's big and you like to eat it. Okay.
Yep.
Ariel.
Probably that tiger fish with all of like the little thingies. You know which one I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
That thing. That one's pretty rad.
All right.
All right, I love to eat grouper fish, so I'm going with that.
Nice.
Grouper's very
And also the artist grouper, Liz
Yes.
Harris.
We love. Yeah.
Great.
I like salmon. I don't know why you don't like salmon. What's
Salmon
wrong
sucks.
with you? Salmon's great.
Salmon
Grouper
sucks.
would probably also be another good fish to help you move because I feel like
yeah,
they're-
organizational skills.
Yeah, well, I also feel like they're big and they're, probably
Grouper.
underestimated.
How does a grouper have
Yeah,
organization?
well, they're like the ugliest fish, which is
Yeah.
like one of the
Right.
reasons why I'm not so guilty. Grouper,
Not a big ego on the
very
grouper.
strange looking fish.
They don't get enough credit.
Pretty suspect.
Rockfish. Dwayne the Rockfish Johnson.
Catfish are cool.
Without further ado, we're moving on now to topic. Topic. Number 2. That's y'all, baby.
Okay, is this me?
Yes.
Okay, so today we were trying to think of something to talk about because we didn't realize we had to have a topic planned. And I proposed the idea, because this is, I think, a great way to get to know people, is the topic of hate song. And the
Yes.
idea of hate song is, as I was explaining earlier before we started recording, it's the idea of the song that you personally, in your heart, regardless of what anyone else says, you think is the biggest piece of shit. It doesn't have to be a commonly agreed upon bad song. It just has to be the one that you have the most hate for in your heart. And one of mine is a very cherished song. And I break some hearts when people find out what it is.
Okay. Do you want to build suspense to that, or what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I have. So this one song that I'm talking about, it just, for the most part, just inexplicably raises my blood pressure. And then the other song is a song that I could go on for about like 20 minutes about why I hate it.
Okay, let's get the blood pressure one, and then I don't know if I have a definitive one in my head right now.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
So why don't we go Ariel, then we'll go me. I'll say some bullshit, funny guy stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I
Like
got
what we
you.
do on the
You
hots,
can
like a
do
little
this shit.
hard bullshit that we do on here. And then Chris, and then we'll keep going from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sean.
Okay.
Sean's got a fucking notebook. I'm like ready for the locked and loaded.
I got
You
a
know-
little list.
You got a laptop
right
and a
here.
notebook over there?
Sean,
Yeah, I didn't need both. It's overkill.
but
Came
but
prepared.
this,
We
I haven't
appreciate
used
it.
either yet. but-
I'm not. I told Sean, I was like, Sean, I know you have like at least one song that you could go on about, and he's like, no, I've got a whole playlist. And but I mean, this is why I love Sean, is because he throws down when it comes to his music. And, the thing about me and Sean, which is hopefully will make this segment funny, is that me and Sean are I think known for maybe some unpopular opinions when it comes to music,
it
and
can be
may or
pretty
may not have gotten
controversial.
ourselves in trouble a couple of times
All right.
with friends.
Yeah,
Bring it.
I don't think my opinions here will be very controversial at all, though.
I
but
mean,
we'll
mine.
see.
I'm about to get myself in
Okay.
trouble.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so hate song number 1 is from Elton John, and it's Benny and the Jets. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I like how you. Why? I like how you. Like,
Why do you hate Sir
Yeah.
Elton, Knight of the British Empire?
listen,
First of his name.
Elton, I have nothing against as a person. That song, for some reason, raises my blood pressure. I don't know what it is about that song. I don't know if it's because it's a very popular song and that's why.
That
But
helps, yeah.
You know, but listen, if you go on YouTube, even Kermit agrees with me. If you look up The Muppets and Elton John, there's a segment where Kermit tells, you know, Scooter, that song has no melody, that song has no taste, that it's a tasteless.
Damn.
And he says it in front of Elton John before he realizes Elton John wrote that song. But yeah, it's a very
Kermit.
funny segment. But
Kermit,
yeah,
you
that's
gotta do your research on your guests, Kermit.
yeah, exactly. Kermit didn't do his research, but I appreciate Kermit's honesty. That song raises my blood pressure, though. I'm very sorry to anyone who's an Elton fan.
I mean, I definitely can
I
see.
see, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the sound,
Yeah,
like,
see, I'm
if
just
that's like not fun. Yeah, it's not. It can if you're not into it.
Yeah.
I could see that it's a very specific taste that you have to like that song.
I also just like to bug my coworkers, and I start singing it like bam, 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 ba-da-da-da, bam.
Yeah, it's always good to give them a little do 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 do.
Yeah. But, you know, like Elton John isn't going to lose any record sales by me saying that I don't like
We
that
have
song.
a lot of sway
I
in
don't
the Elton
know.
John circles. You could completely ruin his career. He'd have my
Stocks
episode.
just collapsed.
His career. It's going to be all over the news tomorrow.
Sorry,
You're
assassinated.
gonna already leak it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
My unpopular opinion.
It's already trending.
Oh gee. Uh-oh.
This actual podcast gets streamed directly to Keanu Reeves' landline phone. This is something we've just established in the past.
Yep.
So
Oh,
he's
wow.
hearing that right now. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
he-
the
Keanu's
markets are
gonna be-
basically based on Keanu. That's
He
amazing.
wrote that song about Keanu.
All right, Chris. What do you got? What's your hate song?
It's my life and it's now.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good one.
Who's that? Bon
Fuck
Jovi.
Bon Jovi and New Jersey.
Just in general.
Yeah, I fucking hate Bon Jovi, but especially It's My Life by.
Yeah,
Wow, that's funny.
That's a real bad one.
It's a real bad song.
You know what's also a bad song by Bon Jovi that was my gut reaction?
What's
was
that?
the fucking Danny wakes up in at the docks. Oh, gotta hold on to what
Are we sure
we've
it's not
got.
the same song?
Yeah.
Those
Is
are different Bon
Those
Jovi
different-
songs.
okay.
What's
They
your
might
song?
sound similar.
Living on a Prayer?
Yeah.
Or?
Mine's Living on a Prayer. What's yours?
I think it's This Is My Life, right?
It's my. Those are
Yeah,
different songs.
Those are songs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Bon Jovi sucks. Though.
Yeah, Bon Jovi's
Yeah.
real bad.
Yeah, he had some more recent stuff too that really
Did he
sucked.
really?
Yeah.
He had that song "Have a Nice Day."
Yeah.
That was another one that I
When the
thought was
world
really.
gets in my face, I say,
yeah.
"Have a nice day." Oh yeah,
He also
Wanted
has
Dead
that
or
other
Alive.
one, like Who Says You Can't Go Home.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's a great one. That's one of my top choices.
And it's just like these. I mean, as time has gone by, like I feel like in his music videos, he has like this like Americana, just like
Yeah.
towing the line
He's
of
from
like.
the Heartland, New
Yeah.
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah, I was like, well, I had to think about that for a second. I was like, no, he's not.
No.
He's from Dirty Jersey.
Doesn't he do the song that goes wow 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 wow?
Yeah,
Or is that
what
fucking
song?
Aerosmith?
No, that's him.
Aerosmith
That's,
No, I
can
think
get
that's
fucked,
that's
too.
that's
Is that
living
one
on
of
a
It's My-
prayer.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
the
thought that was It's
is
My-
it- They're all the same fucking.
I
song.
know, yeah. As we start discussing this more, and then let's not forget that image of Chris Christie. Was he at a Bon Jovi concert where he was eating the M&Ms? I'm not sure.
So he was a fan of another artist from Jersey. I can't remember who it was. And
Uh,
was it?
Bruce Springsteen, yeah, da boss.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe he was at Bruce
kind of
Springsteen.
a Jersey requirement.
But
though.
Springsteen said you can't like my music because you're an asshole. Well, I don't
Right.
care. I'm a Bon Jovi fan
Well,
now,
did-
anyways.
I could be wrong about this, but didn't he want to use one of his songs in an
probably.
in an
Classic-
My
classic
dad always
politician
gets
move.
mad because what's the song they always use from Bruce Spring? Ain't That America? They always politicians
Oh,
always
yeah,
want to
yeah.
use that
Ain't
song.
that
And my dad always says he's like that's kind of like an anti like America
Oh
song.
yeah, same
If
thing
you-
with the CCR song. Amy, I ain't no sinner son.
yeah.
Ain't me.
But
Anyway.
Oh, Amy.
I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but I feel like Chris Christie wanted to use a Bruce Springsteen song in his campaign, and Bruce Springsteen was like, "Please don't."
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Springsteen understands that Chris Christie sucks.
Yep.
yeah.
Sean, tell us what you hate.
All right, so I got a list, as I mentioned, and the reason why it's a list is so back in the day, I used to work at a Dunkin' Donuts for 3 years.
Oh,
It was my high
man.
school job, and you know, it
I
was
feel for you, brother. I used to work at one too.
it was a like mixed experience. It started off as a really fun job. You know, I worked with a lot of my friends, and my boss was super cool. And this lady named Charlotte. I hope she's doing well.
Was she the one that let you play the metal music,
Yeah, so like,
or was she aware
yeah,
that you were
just a
playing
little-
metal music?
Yeah, verging off topic, but yeah, I did have keys to the office, which allowed me to plug in my little cassette tape to the cassette player that you could connect to your phone. Like you
Oh,
remember
nice.
those
Yeah,
old
yeah,
ones?
yeah.
You used to have to do that because there was no like aux cord or something. Yeah, I would do a death metal hour at 9 p.m.
Hell yeah.
And you know, eventually I lost access to the office because of that.
But really, who's buying donuts at 9 p.m.?
Fucking death metal heads.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
Right.
witching hour.
So anyway, back to the topic. So they used to always play adult contemporary radio at my Dunkin' Donuts. I was down in Westchester County, so our adult contemporary station was WHUD, which is just
The hood.
It's so bad. It's really one of the worst things ever, and it's in every single like store, every every CVS, every hairdresser, you know, just everything around the county. They play WHUD. Because apparently that's what people like.
It's pacified. That's why they can play it anywhere. Nobody's gonna get offended.
Not trying
Right.
to scare anyone's mom, okay?
I
Just want
find
to get
it-
these donuts and get home.
Yeah.
I find it incredibly offensive. So anyway, we'll get started with some of the songs. So it was like mid 2000s adult contemporary. So you got like The Fray with How to Save a Life.
Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
that's a bad song.
This is like 98.7 Utica.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah, they're all over the country. We all have our WHUD somewhere.
Jesus Christ.
Daniel Powder with You Had a Bad Day.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that
That
was
was-
No.
that was the song.
that was my favorite thing to post for a while when someone like was getting like, and I hate to use like an internet phrase, but getting butthurt over something on the internet. I love to post just lyrics. You had a bad day.
Oh yeah. You know what I thought was a soul brother to that song was that fucking like why you gotta be so rude.
Yeah, that's a
I just watched.
that was on the station.
So one of my favorite
That's their
things.
top fucking song, dude.
One of my
So are, I
favorite
think, all of
things.
your
That's more of a
songs.
newer one, but
Yeah.
I recently discovered the Kids Bop music video to that
Oh,
song.
fuck yeah.
And it's so good because the guy who plays the father in the music video just like for some reason reminds me of Brett Kavanaugh. So like this little kid is like trying to ask out Brett Kavanaugh's daughter kind of thing.
Jesus.
It's just and the guy's just like no. It's just like,
like
and it's like
beer.
this little
like
kid
drinking beer.
singing like this song like can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes. And it's just like this guy's like dude, you're like 11, chill out.
Also like drinking beer.
I like drinking beer. I like drinking beer with Squee, and we used to boof.
And I have it all here in my calendar.
What a rapist. Classic.
All right, we got Leona Lewis with Bleeding Love.
Now, which one is
I'm not
that?
familiar.
Keep bleeding.
Oh, Jesus!
bleeding.
What are you doing, Mom?
That was that
I'm getting hives.
yeah.
This is a great playlist. Let's.
We should. Yeah.
Hey There Delilah by Fun White
that
Tees.
song.
Got Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie.
Yep.
Grown men do when
You
they
also
listen to
like
it.
the other Big Girls Don't Cry.
Yeah, that's a great one. That, like 50s or maybe it's 60s.
Oh yeah, that song is good.
I don't know if you're familiar. Well, you're.
It's so silly. Like, so one time, I was at a local bar in the area. I won't say which one because I'll
I
probably be
almost did.
banned if I admit which one it is.
But if you admit what you did.
A few of my friends, we went in and we put that song on the jukebox 6 times in a row.
Yeah,
we
John
left.
Mulaney did.
And then
it.
we, yeah. And
No,
then
we did that before the stand-up by
Nice.
John Mulaney too. I don't want to give him credit.
Yeah, but we did that at a bar. Well, that was more you and Sam that did it, and then we
Yeah.
promptly left after we did it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Serious mic drop.
So yeah, there are a few more like
I got one that's missing off of that. I
Yeah, you
went
got one?
skydiving.
Oh,
I went
yeah.
Rocky Mountain climbing.
That's like a country
That was
crossover.
on
Yeah,
fucking
they
like
Oh,
play
I don't
that
know that
all
one.
the
Who is that?
time. I have no idea.
Brett
Yeah.
Kavanaugh, probably.
Brett Kavanaugh.
lots of Kelly Clarkson songs.
Oh yeah.
Because of you.
Did you ever get the? So there used to be like some shining light once in a while that would come through. I think you mentioned this before. For me, once in a while you get Blind Melon No Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one cut through
on,
somehow and ended
yeah.
up on the adult contemporary.
It did. It was like, I remember back in the day when I was on LimeWire a lot, when that was still a thing. I would search for music, and that would be on like every single music
Yes.
search. If you look up like especially when I was like getting into the grunge,
Yeah.
like I look up Pearl Jam. Oh, Blind Melon is in there somehow.
Yeah, it would be like.
I think they promoted it that way, maybe.
Yeah, I think that they did. I think it was like one of those things where it would be like Blind Melon, No Rain, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, like all the grunge
Right.
bands that I can only think of 2 of it on the spot, apparently.
Screaming
Temple
trees.
Pilots. Yeah.
I used to work at Journey's Kids in Crossgates
Ooh.
Mall. I used to get those heady discounts on kids' shoes. But
Weird
they
flex, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, I still know some people. Okay, if you are a petite woman who has a shoe size under 6 in women's,
Me.
I could
Well,
go get some
I'm
kids'
like
shoes.
towing the line. I'm like a solid 6, but I could probably squeeze into a 5 if I wished hard enough.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's actually 8 in women's because women's sizes run big. Not the point of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What if I just stopped there and I just told you guys about
I just want to
conversion
let
from kid
everyone
size
know
to-
I have elf feet. Deal with it. This is me.
But they had like a video playlist on the TVs to keep the kids pacified, and every once in a while, "Day and Night" by Chromeo would come on, and that was
interesting.
sick. Like it wasn't even like the biggest Chromeo song ever, but like it was pretty good. And they also had some Yo Gabba Gabba videos that I would get down with. I like Yo Gabba Gabba.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the Yo Gabba Gabba, I think, had the Roots on. Like
They had
did-
Chromeo on too.
Yeah, they did.
They had a lot
some
of good
great
people.
and you wonder how like these songs end up on these rotations because I worked at Joanne's way back in the day in
Shouts
Albany.
to Joanne. She checks me every day.
Oh yeah, exactly.
She texts me coupons.
Exactly. So I worked at Joanne's back in the day, and again, it was a lot of these adult contemporary songs, maybe even more like old timey kind of songs. I always hated whenever it was Christmas time because it was just the same loop. But occasionally, and Sean knows this band. Every once in a while, when I was feeling down, Cut Copy would come on.
Oh,
That's great.
And I was just
that's
like-
not at all the adult contemporary.
And I was like, who put this on here? And then it would just go back to like, something like
yeah. It's weird how they end up.
Big girls don't cry.
I remember, like every once in a while, you'll hear like an Of Montreal song at like.
An Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You hear that a lot at the Outback.
Well, here's a controversial opinion of a song on adult contemporary that I think is great, but is known for supposedly not being great. I think "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley is a great song.
It low key slaps, as
People
the kids would
don't.
say.
Yeah, if people aren't down with being rickrolled, I love it. Just bring on
Is
the
it because he's a
Rickrolls.
redhead?
It might be. No, it's just a hit. Or like "Stepping Out" by Joe Jackson. That's
Oh,
another
well, we
adult-
love that song.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
Are you guys familiar with the band Machine Girl?
I know the movie.
Okay. They're
can't
like
say I
very aggressive techno music, but they've played in Troy a couple times, but me and Sean got to see them do a cover of Joe Jackson's Steppin' Out, and
Nice.
it was incredible. And we asked them when they played Troy, were they going to do that again? And they kind of laughed at us, and they were just like, oh, we just kind of did that one time to be funny. We're probably not doing that anymore. It was like, it was so good.
Yeah, it was
We
to
loved
hear
it.
that.
They nailed the cover.
So if you wanted to like do like a maybe like a reverse John Mulaney on one of these places, like slip something in
That's just good.
that's
over and
maybe,
over again.
Maybe not good. Maybe just to wake people up a little bit.
Well, it's got to be Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go. Come on,
Something completely off like the
off the spectrum.
off the spectrum of what,
adult,
of that
contemporary.
shit. I'm thinking like something like by like Death Grips,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
Or
just
like
play-
I seen footage or
Yeah.
something like that.
Machine Girl is definitely something that would wake people up. I feel like Sean has a lot of insight on this, and I'm gonna be gentle here, but Sean goes on a cabin trip with his friends every year. And Sean has gotten into the habit, I think, of making the playlist because he's realized if he doesn't, like, they're going to listen to the same 5 songs over and over again. And not that they're like
Can happen, yeah.
and not that they're not like good guilty pleasure bangers.
Yeah.
But he has a playlist where it's just like, okay, like I'll give them the guilty pleasure songs that they like to listen to
But
when we're
have
all
some
on
other stuff in
vacation
there,
while
yeah.
we're all drinking. But like this also gives me a chance to slip in those songs that they might not have heard yet.
Yeah.
But that if I just made an entire playlist of, they would say, turn this off.
Yeah, you
I
kind
don't
of
know, is
have
that
to
how you
like
would
you
describe
have
it?
to like ease it in like you do like a couple trashy songs and then that one good song, then a couple less trashy songs and 2 good songs.
I do that
and
with,
then you
with
like
Death Grips to my friends all the time.
and then by the
Oh,
time
yeah.
they're drunk, you're just playing like your favorite stuff. And-
Yeah.
It's like listen to an entire Boards of Canada album.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they like that
Just
song.
put it on.
I can't remember who does it. That song that you always listen to. I like it better when we're away.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Tiesto.
Nice.
And it's like it's not like you're on vacation, you're drinking, sure, but it's like we don't need to listen to it 5 times in a row.
It really comes together on the 5th time, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it does.
So
That's when you start to hear the real melody and the harmony
yeah,
coming
yeah.
together. In fact, like it's the best way to hear it.
So a song that I know that's a couple of my friends hate songs, and my friend used to do this as a joke specifically when people are drinking. Are you familiar with the song Bulletproof from LaRue?
I love that song. I love LaRue.
So my friend used to do this thing in college and he'd have to wait until like everyone had a good amount of alcohol in them,
Yeah.
but he would put that song just on repeat. And it was such a good song to put on repeat because that beat is just so steady and it doesn't change.
I could see starting back over and not even realizing it.
And so people would be playing drinking games or they'd be playing a board game or whatever, and they would and then you would wait to see how long it would take before someone realized, like, wait, how long have we been listening to this song for? And he would get through it like a good 5 or 6 times before, and mind you, everyone had a good amount of alcohol in them as well, but it was just also like, wait, how long have we been listening to this? I feel like we've been listening to this for a while.
I feel like she's really been harping on about how this time she's going to be bulletproof. I feel like she just might as well get to it, you know?
Guys, I'm for real this time. I'm going to be bulletproof.
I think that if I was to do a song, like put on a song in a store, I think I would just play The Rites of Spring and just like have people start
Ooh.
fist fighting and tearing their pamphlets apart and all that stuff, you know. But this also has to be in like the 1800s. So we go back in time to a Joanne's in the 1800s,
Okay,
and then I
okay.
play The Rites of Spring, and then everyone's fist fighting, having
Nice.
having a new experience.
Oh man, what would people even think of it? Like
What would
before
people
they
in the-
hear it, the first time they hear anything electric, they're like they think you're possessed or something.
Yeah, you'd be killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Witch.
You got to hightail it out of there once
Yeah.
you drop that Aphex Twin into like Goody Parsons or something. It'd be a real crucible moment.
But what would they think if we could go back in time and play them Death Grips?
They would most certainly fucking kill us.
That's the music of witchcraft.
Oh, for sure. They could make you king though. That's possible
Oh,
too.
they're so intimidated.
See, I can turn this on anytime.
Yeah.
See, and this almost like goes
Worship
to.
DJ Ride.
I should bring this up because now I'm thinking about it. Me and Sean will have been together for 9 years in October. We've known each other a very long time. And I affectionately have a category of music, and it kind of goes along with hate song, and it's called turn that shit off music. And typically what happens, and this was like, I think mostly back when Sean was like, when we were in college and like dubstep was the big thing. But there'd be times where I'd be trying to sleep.
Simpler times.
You know, they were trying to, like, you know, balance out my medication. I was just trying to sleep, and Sean would be like making the mega mix, and I would just like nearly throw a chair at him.
What are you talking about? I go to sleep to Skrillex every night.
No, well, it wasn't Skrillex, to his credit.
The
But
going
then,
to sleep part wasn't bad. It was the waking up to it. That could
yeah, that happened a couple
little, like,
times.
That's a rude
Oh,
awakening
man.
for sure.
Oh, it was bad. Where like, yeah, that was bad. But
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, no. But the thing that I'll conclude with, which turn that shit off music, is to Sean's credit, we'd be driving around the next day. And I'd be like, oh, this is a good song. Like, what are we listening to? He's like, really? You nearly, like, killed me last night over it. Like, when I tried to play this for you. So, that said, Sean has good taste in music, but he has to present things to me at the right time.
It's a time and place kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, noise music, good when you're awake, not so great when you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I love Sonic Youth, but I don't need to listen to the noisiest Sonic Youth track when I'm trying to sleep at, like, 3 in the morning.
Or like Z's or
I think you tried to play me Melt Banana once
Oh,
at
yeah.
a bad time,
yeah.
and I wasn't about it.
So one of my favorite things that happens, doesn't happen all the time, but it happened recently actually. So my fiance, we have a bunch of Google speakers in our apartment.
Oh, congratulations.
And, yeah, no. We have one in the bathroom, and she'll sometimes forget to disconnect my Spotify.
I can't even do this.
Oh,
anymore.
we watched a
This shit's
Netflix
fucking
segment
hilarious.
about this.
And like she'll forget to disconnect my Spotify to it, and she'll just start playing some nice Mumford and Sons while she's taking a shower while I'm at work. And then I use my Spotify at work, and I have it on my laptop.
And it'll kick you off, and it'll say someone's using
Yeah,
it in
so-
the mini in the shower.
Yeah, someone's using it in the shower. I guess it's time to play Death Grips or System of a Down.
How does she handle that?
I
Don't really know.
Yeah. I normally get angry text messages afterwards, but I'm pretty sure she has to finish the shower. So
Yeah.
so what?
We watched a Netflix show where they had a segment where someone had their phone hooked up to the Bluetooth speaker, and needless to say, when he was in the bathroom later trying to do something else, and he didn't understand why his
yeah.
video had no sound.
Oh yeah, that was on Love, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Paul Russ was playing porn.
Yeah. And he's like trying to figure out why he can't hear his Yeah. We had a friend who ended up in a similar situation to that, not with Bluetooth speakers, but
He was downloading a porn video on some downloading service, probably LimeWire back in the day, and
It was called blindmelon.exe.
well,
and he had it set up where it was autoplay once it downloads.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't
That's the
think
most dangerous game.
I don't think he realized that though. Well, it was a video, so it was going to take a while. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out to lunch, and then when I get back, I'm going to enjoy this video." And I guess like him and his friend got or he got a text from someone while they're out lunch from a girl on their floor, like, I hear weird noises coming from inside your room, because his
called the
laptop,
police.
of course, was hooked up to his speakers.
Nice.
And he knew immediately what it was.
Oh God.
So that's embarrassing. I mean,
What if it was like a highly specific one too, or it was like
I hope-
and Mr. Krabs is like, SpongeBob.
yeah, imagine. I mean,
I smell the smelly smell. It
The
smells
most
like
bizarre of
money.
hentai.
I mean, I'm sure it was just generic porn sounds. I mean, I think the girl thought there was someone in his room doing things. So I don't
Someone's
know if that's
broken into your room and is fucking in there.
yeah, like I
seem
don't
to
know
be
what's
doing
the best
fine, though. It
case
seems
scenario
good.
in that situation, or how you explain yourself. I feel like the best thing to do if you're in that situation is just to say, yeah, like that was my bad.
No, we're just agreeing very loudly.
Yeah.
Yes.
you could be. I don't know what's the best way to rectify that situation.
You just gotta flip it in reverse and be like, yo, I'm a human being and I masturbate. And
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna have to hear it for 45 minutes while I get my burrito.
Yeah, like
That or sweet release, one of the two.
yeah. Well, like, sometimes I think when you end up in like a worst case scenario situation, similar note in college, we had a girl on our floor who got caught in the shower with a man.
Okay.
And it's just like, just say, like, yeah, like, because she had to talk to the RD. She got in trouble for this. And it's just like, why didn't you just say, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
My
just
roommate
say-
was sleeping. I was trying to be a good roommate.
Me and him are just animals, and we're doing it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Which,
That's Ariel's other.
no, it's not my other hate song.
I'm sorry. No. Yeah, that's right.
No,
That's the bad touch.
I don't mind that song, but that kind of segues into the other hate song that I have that I haven't discussed yet,
Okay, lay it on us.
which is in the similar vein of topic. I think it was on the radio somewhere. It's a song from Bruno Mars, oddly enough, and normally he makes decent pop songs.
Yeah.
But he has a song, and I need to bring up the lyrics. He has a song called Gorilla.
Ah, yes. I remember watching him play it at like the VMAs or something like that.
Did he play it at the
I'm unfamiliar
VMAs?
with
I
this.
believe so. It's bang bang on my chest, gorilla.
Oh yeah, so I'm trying to find the lyrics for
Bruno
it.
Mars's lyrics can be very raunchy, and children are
They're-
singing them.
I'm. It's hard because I'm the only girl in the room right now. But like, I just don't think there's it's like, why would you play that if you have a girl in your room? Like, what was this girl want to be compared to? Yeah, gorilla. You and me, baby, making love like gorillas. Like, that's the hook of the song. And it's just like, I picture like that's what happens when you're like in a room with your friends and be like, hey, I wrote this song.
Everyone's just
let me know what
agreeing
you
too
think of
hard.
it. And it's just like no one has the heart to tell you like, dude, you can't release this song. And that's what I picture when I think of Bruno Mars and this song. But the song lyrics are, I'm trying to look it up right now, but
I'll discuss another Bruno Mars lyric that I object to. One of the ones, it's the beginning of that song. I'm too high, goddamn. Don't believe me, just watch that song. The beginning of it is like that it's like that Snow White, that ice cold Michelle Pfeiffer, that doo. It's like cocaine.
because like the first line of this song, and I didn't realize this, is about cocaine. He says,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got a bottle full of liquor with a cocaine ticker." He likes
This is
cocaine.
for
He's-
children. It's music for children, which is scary
Yeah.
to me.
And he says, you got your legs up in the sky with the devil in your eyes. Let me hear you say you want it all. Say it now. And it's like, but in this jungle, you can't run. Because what I got for you, I promise, is a killer. You'll be banging on my chest, bang, bang, gorilla.
I thought
Like, who wrote this?
Okay.
I thought it was a good song about like the Jungle Book. It was like Mowgli.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities of
coke.
Yeah, forget about your cocaine and your booze.
Bang, bang, gorilla. And then it's like, yeah, the main hook of the song is you and me, baby, making love like gorillas. And I gotta say, and I'm gonna say this in front of my boyfriend, but it's like, there is not a song that would get my bra on faster and get me out the door than Bang Bang Gorilla. And then it goes on, yeah, I got a fistful of your hair, but you don't look scared. You're just smiling. Tell me, daddy, it's yours.
I mean, he seems to be at every point that he has a real cringe moment. He likes to really get in there that there's consent.
Turn it up just a little bit too.
Yeah, like,
Just escalation, establish consent. Escalation, establish consent.
I would rather listen.
That's good.
I would rather listen to the Bad Touch with, let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel. I would rather listen to the Power Rangers theme song, like anything
that just
but
slaps.
that.
I mean, we're not like,
that song.
we're not
It's
gonna
like
take
the
anything
same.
away from
And I
Mighty
imagine the
Morphin.
guys that listen to that song are like the same guys in college that like. I would go to their room for like a study session. Like we'd have like a group project that we were working on, and they'd have just like all Sports Illustrated covers on their
Nice.
walls, and like the one
Nice.
Bob Marley or like Dave Matthews poster. They were
Spencer
interchanging.
Hunter S.
Have-
And it's just
Thompson.
like, is this what you think women want to
Boondock
see when
Saints.
you
Boondock
invite
Saints.
women over? Like,
No, dude. I mean, they're picking the objectively coolest images that mankind has ever captured. A lady in a bikini, a movie from the early 2000s,
Pulp Fiction.
and
Yeah, it's typically
or
the
the
Pulp-
70s. I was thinking Boondock Saints.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Boondock
another
another
big one.
was a big
popular
one.
college poster.
Oh boy, boys in
I'm
in
pretty done with
college.
these Twin Peaks pictures you got up here. Though.
Oh, yeah. Brendan's a real
wonderful.
connoisseur. He's always dressed the studio very nicely.
Yeah, we had like a real scare today because we were
yes.
on the Twin Peaks meme group. It's Firewalk with memes.
Nice.
And
Very good.
And someone made a post, and apparently it was fake, but it was this post that says David Lynch was just implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. He was wearing an
honestly.
adult diaper and having a sexy change with someone, and
I mean, that's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It
man.
really is.
Like I
So-
just
David
don't-
Lynch, man.
So a couple of years ago, when the who was it? The I can't think of his name right now. I'm going blank.
Donald trumped
No, who was the TV producer, movie producer?
Weinstein.
Yeah,
Weinstein, thank you. I knew it was anyway. So a while back when that was going on, during a press conference, David Lynch was asked, they were like, Mr. Lynch, with all like the sexual, like, you know, with the Me Too movement happening right now, do we ever have to worry about a
Something,
sexual
yeah.
misconduct from you? And because he's David Lynch and because he's a weirdo and because he has this weird sense of humor, he just responds with, stay tuned.
Oh,
And it's like,
God.
no, you can't
Yeah,
do that. Don't mess with our emotions.
Yeah,
Because it's
I've-
like people will throw themselves out of windows when they
Yeah.
hear, if that were to be. Like, I've always pictured David Lynch as like, you know, he definitely has his taste in women that he clearly likes. And like, he definitely is a weird guy, but I
Yeah.
still can't picture him.
I feel like
doing
he's
that.
so weird that he has to get consent beforehand.
Yeah.
Because like he can't just like say, "Hey, come over and I'll put your feet in my mouth, the whole foot."
Yeah.
From
I
toe
mean,
to
I'm su-
heel.
I'm sure he has his weird things that he's into, but I'd like to think he's into consent as well.
Yeah.
He's on camera.
He
Yep.
did. Yeah, he put a whole,
panty
fan's panty in his mouth.
In his mouth.
He slurped it up like spaghetti.
And listen, if that's what you're into
Listen,
and you
no-
have consent
yeah.
to put her panties in your mouth, then do it.
yeah, no tea, no shade, no kink shaming, but like, you know, he's a weird guy. He's got weird teeth too.
Yeah, but and they included a weird picture of him eating a donut with this article, and then Sean had to fact check it because at first I got really nervous that this was a real thing. I was like, "Oh shit, Sean, look at this!" And then he looked at it, and yeah, it was he was like, "I gotta look into this." And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, let's move on now to topic number 3. Alrighty. What was our topic number 3?
Oh, let's keep it breezy too.
You
oh,
want to?
Yeah. Just like real quick. Wasn't it like fuck a clown or something
Yeah.
like
Yes,
that?
yes.
Right?
Wait, just a common topic. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
easier.
Yeah. Something breezy.
So let me bring this. So let me explain this to you. So I listened to another podcast, and they had an idea for.
How dare you listen to another podcast?
I know, right? People only.
Traitor.
I know, and they have an idea for a game show that they are very surprised it hasn't been picked up yet for mainstream TV, for Fox TV, and it is. And you know, they've got Holy Moly, they've got Wipeout, but they don't have Would You Fuck This Clown?
This is gonna be a tough sell.
And, exactly. And you know, and your first reaction is no, I don't like. I don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
But you might be surprised. So we're going to go through. So my idea was, and I think it's going to be funny. I mean, I know we're on a podcast right now and people aren't going to be able to see this, but I think that's what makes this game all the more funny. I compiled a couple of pictures of clowns. I want to know what your take is, what your thoughts are on that clown. Ultimately, would you fuck this clown?
All right. We will paint a picture with words and we will give
Okay.
good, honest
So-
descriptions.
Clown number 1.
I'm going to say no, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The sternness of the look,
So this
Scares
looks,
me.
looks like a lady clown.
lady clown. Yeah, it started out.
I tried
bow
to pick.
tie,
I
large-
tried to pick
large.
mostly lady clowns.
Large bow tie, some velour.
Yes.
A flowing robe
I've got
of
no
sorts. It looks
objections
like.
to the outfit. The outfit is great. It's the way her face right now. She has her hands folded in front of her.
She's up to something.
Yeah, and she looks. She's got a ribald kind of look on her face.
You know, I don't think you're gonna say yes to any then, because that's every clown. Like, I don't
true,
I don't
that's
trust
true.
a single clown. I'll let you know.
Okay, so
She looks like she's gonna cut my throat.
So we're all in agreement. No, that
No.
that clown's. A
I'm
no.
gonna give it a 2 on the chance.
Okay.
2 out of 100%
There's a
chance.
chance. Maybe if we got you liquored up, maybe.
You'd have to do a lot. It probably would. Speaking of consent, probably not consensual. at
Clown
that
number
point.
2.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Now, here's
is-
what I have to say about this.
There's no way.
So this clown, to me, looks like in The Fifth Element.
Yes, it's the singer from the Fifth Element.
Yes,
the
singer,
diva.
the opera
The diva.
lady from the Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
I'm
She's
kind
the-
of more down with this one, to be honest.
I'm glad you're down with this
And
one,
I'll-
Sean.
I'll tell you why. It's Chris. Listen to us. Come to me and Sean's side.
The eyes, man. They've seen some shit.
This clown is not trying to hide the fact that she or he is terrifying.
Okay.
This clown is trying to upset you.
yeah.
And that's
Doing a
honesty.
great job.
And I value honesty in a relationship.
I feel like this is a more artistic clown,
True.
too. You've got to see. She's got an artistic side.
That's a
Okay,
farmer's market
okay.
kind of clown. That clown.
Farmer's
Interesting.
market kind of clown.
Do you mean that you would see this clown at a
No,
farmer's
you
market?
would. The next day, you guys go to the farmer's market together, and she gets some
Okay.
artisanal big shoes.
I like artisanal big shoes. So this is like we're like 50-50. Like it seems like
I'm
you and
against.
Sean are kind of sold on this clown. You're not
I'm,
so
uh,
much
no.
sold on this clown. Okay, maybe the third clown will tempt you then.
Okay,
You
okay,
ready
let's-
for clown number 3?
Oh, hell yeah! That is a matronly clown.
Yes.
I trust this clown.
Yes.
You trust that? Like,
I-
would you take an Uber home with this clown?
Yes.
Oh, I would get in
was
that
thinking
clown's
bus
Uber.
driver, possibly.
I'm getting lunch lady.
Lunch lady, okay.
Very lunch lady
Yep,
vibes.
Yep. I trust that
She's
clown.
definitely a trustworthy clown for
But-
sure.
But again,
But would you
still
fuck
a,
this
still
clown?
a clown,
Still
so
a
I
clown.
don't really trust it.
okay,
It's true. You can't. I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that.
Yeah, they're all hiding.
but you're
something.
down for this clown. Would you?
I would clown around with that clown.
Would you have a one night stand with this clown?
I'd clown around with that clown.
Just
Okay.
for like the mommy problems
Okay.
element of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
just like you gotta solve some
It's
issues.
definitely a story to tell for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
What gloves does she have on?
She has some fishnet gloves on,
Ooh.
but if you, the close eye will notice she also has a ring on her finger. So she's married. So you could be getting into some trouble with this.
Forbidden clown
Or getting in some
relationship.
real fun.
Yeah, and I mean she's got a clown
I wouldn't
necklace.
fuck that clown.
She's got a checkerboard vest. She could be into ska music.
Sean respects relationships.
Yes.
He's not gonna
So-
break up a marriage over
Sean's
that.
not going to ruin her marriage.
I
You
mean-
don't know though.
Well, maybe
I
she's
mean,
she's more.
Maybe that's
He-
what they're into.
I mean, he could be on
Another,
someone else. Her husband could be a clown, and he could be on someone's
They're
clown.
trying to make a little troop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Trying
Clown
to
and
fill
troop
out the
Be an
clown
open
card.
marriage.
Clown number 4.
Wow. That clown looks like Eric Andre. that clown looks like
Really?
Blarf.
It does look
In the-
It
like
kind of does.
In the lips, the and the hair,
I don't
the
like that
old
hat.
Eric Andre hair.
I don't like that hat.
Look, can I get a closer? Can I get a enhance on the hat, please?
Yes.
Enhance.
Not a big.
Yeah, I was thinking of the
still
Eric.
not a. Still not a big fan of that hat.
I do not. Okay, so this clown has a front rolled curl in the front, and
She does.
I cannot say that I support that look.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cheap hat too. That's like
Is that
that's
is
a
that-
dollar bin
wait,
from
wait
Party
a second.
City.
Is that a teardrop on the side of her face?
I don't know if it's.
Has she
it's like,
murdered somebody? Is she telling me?
yeah, don't fuck that clown.
Absolutely not.
I don't
I will
know.
not get into that situation. Thank
That's
you very
making
much.
me a little bit more
They're
interested just to hear more about it.
I mean, they're two. They're a little higher up placed. They're not like the typical black teardrop that you see. so
it's,
there could
it's
be.
not filled in, so they did it on the inside or they did it on the outside. There's like two different ones.
Oh,
I think
yes,
filled
you're
in
right.
is on the inside.
Filled in's on the inside. If it's just a stencil, then it's on the outside.
Yeah. So she
Okay.
killed someone on the outside. So she's got a clean record.
Okay.
She get
Possible.
credit.
Yep.
So what's the final verdict? Would you fuck this clown?
I'm going straight 50-50 on this one.
It's gonna
Okay.
be a no for me, dog.
Because,
Okay.
you know,
As Randy Jackson would say.
my reasoning why I'm saying 50-50 is I don't think that, and I think that Sean might support this, not a lot of effort in this clown makeup.
Yeah,
Not even full face, shitty little hat.
That teardrop, and yeah, fuck that.
That's exactly how I feel about it. You took the words out of my mouth.
Okay. Fair enough. So as far as like, it seems like this clown is the front runner right
oh,
now.
yeah, dude. Give me
Except-
that Fifth Element clown.
Yeah, and then for you, it seems like it's this
Yeah,
clown.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
lunch
lunch lady.
lady.
And
yeah.
then, okay, so I have one final clown, and then we can
Chris
get
Farley.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Chris
No.
Farley for the
I
lunch
have one
lady.
final clown because I know in the podcasting spirit, I've got one last. Would you fuck this clown?
Is that Joe Rogan?
That's Joe Rogan with the nose. Perfect. Yeah.
I drew the nose on Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I figured I had to bring something seasonally appropriate.
Yeah. No, I would not fuck Joe Rogan because, and this is a podcast rule: you never give nothing to hunks. Hunks will break your heart.
Okay.
Joe Rogan is a hunk. And he doesn't care about your feelings. He will not treat you right. And also, he has a lot of Nazis on his podcast.
Yep.
He does.
This is
He had
true.
Maynard on the other day, though.
He also had Bernard Sanders
He had
on.
Bernie.
So that was cool. But I just think he's such a fucking sponge. I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't spend a night with him. He'd be like,
He would talk the entire.
he's like, oh, you do
fucking
your
time.
pre-workout.
DMT.
Maybe he
ever
doesn't
smoke-
talk because he talks so fucking much on there.
That's true. He doesn't talk for free.
Like fucking Maynard was like trying to announce like the new fucking album and shit, and he just kept on interrupting him. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then I had to
Yeah.
listen to like 10 minutes of fucking Joe Rogan talk.
You know, people like his podcast. I don't know. You know,
Not a big fan.
yeah. I mean, I can't. I can't get behind having the Nazis on the podcast. And I just heard someone say this phrase recently, which I think is really great. And it's like in regards to like people are saying, oh, you know, we need to give Nazis a platform. Like everyone has the right to free speech. And you know, and this person said, you know. Yeah, we all have the right to free speech, but that doesn't mean we have to like willingly hand someone a megaphone.
Yeah, no.
Also,
that was ContraPoint.
Yeah, that was ContraPoints.
I like
but-
ContraPoints a lot.
Yeah, I do too. And
She's
she
amazing.
said that. I was like, that's a really great quote. And yeah,
I mean, the other thing too about it too is when you think about it from like a business standpoint, he's charging ad dollars off of that. So you're literally
Sure.
you're war fucking.
you're
war
listening to an
profiteering.
advertisement.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Fuck you, Joe Rogan. I would never fuck
So
you,
what-
and you'll never get me.
So before we
get
wrap
this.
it up, though, I want to know from you guys, which do you think of these? And I'll scroll through them. Which do you think of these clowns would you say is the most fuckable?
I gotta go with fifth. I don't know. I mean, traditionally, maybe number one, the one that looks like she's gonna murder you, but
Okay.
she's not
She
being.
looks pretty.
She does look pretty. She does. She looks unhinged though. I mean, oof.
Not this.
The Blarf clown, like, I mean,
That's not a black clown.
it's very
Oh,
close.
that's, you know, that's Blarf
That's
clown.
kind of like
clown.
Blarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Lunch lady, I just gotta
Safe.
respect. I gotta
Safe.
respect her.
Safe.
I'm sorry, she's the backbone of this
She's
country.
probably the most trustworthy. of
most
all of
trustworthy.
them. Yeah.
She's not gonna murder you.
Nah.
Joe Rogan's
She might,
four
though.
thumbs down.
Okay, so we think, that's surprising. I almost didn't include this clown
Well,
in the
you
lineup.
never know.
Different strokes, different folks.
So there we go.
All right, folks.
If you're still listening, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. We're going to bring this home. Thanks for coming on, guys. Plug your stuff.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
a great time.
Oh,
Tell us
okay.
about everything, where we can find stuff, where we can check you out, all that good stuff.
You can find me at your most local DIY gigs when I'm not tired and cranky. I'm taking photos. I normally have a camera and probably some obnoxious t-shirt on. You can come say hello to me. That's totally acceptable. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Super Vintage Party.
Super Vintage Party.
I love it.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, I'm in a band also. I didn't mention this. We're
yes.
called Service Industry.
Oh,
and
nice. I like the
we've
name.
been playing lots of shows lately. We don't have any this month, I don't think. We'll be playing at Beanstalk, which is a couple hours north of here. And it's a music festival a little south of Potsdam.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll be playing more shows in the area again. We played a bunch recently. So check us out on Facebook. Check me out at Superior Merch this August 30th at 7 o'clock. We're going to be playing lots of great beats and dancing, and it's going to be fun.
A friend
And
of ours will
I
be
look forward
dancing
to
on a
releasing
table.
some music to you guys, too.
I would just a note on the Superior Merch shows. It's a very nice environment. Everybody
It's a
is
lot of fun.
cool. There's no like,
Yeah. I'm an old
People are-
fuddy-duddy, and I had a good time.
yeah, it's like you can dance and no one's gonna rub their dick on your butt. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's like a good
Right.
time. Like
No
that.
one's going to say anything disgusting either.
Yeah, it's like a super wholesome, just fun
it's a good
people
time.
just dancing around. It's
And I
good.
don't think any clowns will show up.
unless you want them.
Maybe.
Fancy. Man.
All right, folks, if you're still listening, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Support us on Patreon. If you want an audiobook, I guess do that. But regardless of that, be nice to each other.
Be nice to clowns.
You don't have to be nice to clowns.